Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to really get to the core of things. And today we're tackling maybe the biggest question there is. Who are you?
Yeah, sounds simple.
Right. But it gets complicated fast. We're using Anubhav Srivastava's book, Nothing Everything, as our guide here. It's subtitled The Mind-Bending Philosophical Theory of Everything.
And it really is mind-bending. It challenges something fundamental, how we usually think about consciousness.
Which?
Well, most of us see it as kind of an on-off switch, you know? You're either conscious or you're not.
Like a light switch.
Exactly. But the author argues that's just, well, fundamentally wrong.
Okay, so if it's not a switch, what is it then, according to the book?
It's more like a gradient, a spectrum.
A spectrum.
Yeah. Consciousness isn't just something that magically appears in humans. It builds up from, like, the most basic levels.
How basic are we talking?
Surprisingly basic. The book points to single-celled organisms, like amoebas. They show this basic intelligence, I guess, moving towards food, moving away from danger.
Wow, okay. Amoebas.
And even simpler, viruses. The book talks about molecular intelligence. They have these incredibly complex sort of adaptive behaviors, identifying host cells, invading them. It's all happening at a molecular level, but it's a form of responsiveness.
Molecular intelligence. That's quite a thought. So it starts there, and then...
Then it climbs, you know, insects with their basic responses, then other animals showing more complex awareness, solving problems.
Right.
And eventually you get to humans with our self-reflection, our abstract thought. The book does mention that brain size, relative to body size, seems to correlate. Bigger relative brain, more evolved consciousness.
So we're sort of at the top for now.
Seems that way.
But, okay, here's the big leap for me. How do you get from, say, non-living particles to a living, conscious being? That jump feels huge.
It does. But the book uses this really neat chemistry parallel. Think about water.
Okay, H2O.
Right. Made from hydrogen and oxygen. Two gases. Highly flammable gases, actually.
And they combine to make liquid water.
Yeah.
Totally different. Not flammable.
Exactly. It's about the combination, the arrangement. The properties completely change.
So the idea is that life is like that. Non-living parts combining in a specific way.
Precisely. It's all about reconfiguration. You start with a proton and an electron, you get hydrogen, add more particles, arrange them differently, you get helium, lithium. Every element, each unique. The book argues that non-living things, these atoms and molecules, interact in incredibly complex ways. They form intricate structures, and at a certain level of complexity and organization, boom, you get what we call living matter.
Wow.
There's that great quote in the book from Edward Robert Harrison, something like, "Hydrogen is a light, odorless gas, which, given enough time, turns into people."
Huh. Given enough time. That's mind-bending, all right. And it kind of mirrors our own start, doesn't it?
How do you mean?
Well, like an infant.
Yeah.
Consciousness isn't fully there at birth. It develops as the brain matures.
Right.
That's why we don't remember being born. The hardware wasn't fully online yet.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. And it touches on something else the book stresses. The fragility of it all.
Fragility.
Yeah. Think of a really complex molecule. It exists only because its atoms are in this very precise arrangement.
Right. If you mess with the structure.
It falls apart. It ceases to be that molecule.
And consciousness is similar. Is that the argument?
That's exactly the argument. Your consciousness, my consciousness. It depends on this incredibly delicate biological balance. Neurons firing just so, oxygen flowing, chemicals reacting.
The whole intricate system.
Yeah. And if you disrupt that system through injury, disease, whatever, consciousness can just cease, like that molecule disintegrating.
And the book says you can't just put it back together.
Right.
Even if you had all the same atoms.
Right. Because it's not just the physical stuff, it's the history. The unique experiences, the pathways formed. Those can't be replicated. Once it's gone, that specific configuration, that being is gone.
Okay.
And this leads to maybe the most profound takeaway, or maybe the most unsettling one, that because of this constant change, this fragility, there's no permanent I, no fixed you.
Wait, say that again?
The person you are right now listening to this, it's a specific temporary combination of atoms and molecules. It's always in flux. Always changing.
So this feeling I have that I'm the same person I was yesterday or 5 minutes ago, that's an illusion.
According to the book, yes. That feeling of a fixed, enduring I is the illusion we cling to.
But how? We feel so continuous.
But are we? Think about it. Your cells are constantly dying and being replaced. You gain or lose weight. Every single experience, every thought, literally rewires your brain slightly. You are not the same physical or mental entity from one moment to the next.
So the I is more like a process, a verb, not a noun.
That's a great way to put it. It's like a river, always flowing, always changing, but we call it by the same name. You can't step in the same river twice, right?
Wow. Okay. That's a lot to take in.
It really is.
So the core message from Nothing Everything is basically there wasn't a fixed you to begin with. That whole idea was flawed from the start.
It's definitely challenging, no doubt about it. But the logic, when you follow it through from the chemistry and biology, it's surprisingly solid. It holds together.
So let's leave you with this thought to chew on. If the you of yesterday is gone, truly gone, and the you of tomorrow isn't here yet,
Yeah.
what does it really mean to live in the moment? Especially when that moment, the you, is constantly changing, constantly becoming something else, something to think about on your own deep dive.